Hello and welcome to Riding the Waves of Wellness. My name is Cassidy. I'm a prevention coordinator with CITC, and I'm here to tell you guys a little bit about how we can use creativity to get to know ourselves. First, what you're going to want to do is take out some of the supplies that were provided. In the kit you received, you should have found some extra paper we can use to cover up the lines in our composition book. You can use some scissors of your own, a composition notebook, which is going to be very important. We have some markers, and I just tend to have a pen on the side and a glue stick. Now, with all of our supplies ready to go, we are going to prep for our first page in the journal. So what we're going to be doing today is an About Me page. And an About Me page is just to organize our thoughts and to really personalize this journal for ourselves. First things first, you're going to want to write your name in the journal so that you don't lose it. No one picks it up thinking that it's theirs. So now that we have our name in the book, we're going to flip to our first two pages. On one side, you're going to use for prep, and the other side is going to be your drawing page. I enjoy having a processing page because it allows me to plan out what I'm going to do ahead of time. Right now, I am pulling out some paper and I'm going to paste it in the journal just so I have some unlined space inside the journal. You can do this however you want. I tended to go with just a random tear because I think it looks kind of fun and it's very personal to me. Something we want to emphasize is that this journal does not need to be perfect. I used some ripped paper because it was what I had on hand, but you can use some macrame paper, some thin tissue paper, or cardstock. And as we're setting up the page, I want to tell a little bit about the motivation behind starting a bullet journal. Bullet journal is an excellent tool for organization. It's a great outlet to be able to process your feelings and emotions, and I think we all could use a little bit of that in these crazy times. The About Me page is going to allow you to explore your personal strengths and qualities, as well as those unique aspects that make you who you are. Everyone has a unique background, family, and a personal history of important events, like the first time they drove a car or went to school, for example. All these people and events shape your thoughts and attitudes and who you are. Each of us responds to these events differently, so you can imagine how differently the world looks to each of us. With each lesson, we will learn more about ourselves. Each of us has the power to improve ourselves, but some people don't discover this power until they're older, and some never discover their own power at all. Finding your personal strength doesn't require magic. What it does require is admitting you're a good person who is worth the energy it takes to become even a better person. And that's what we're doing here today. So on this left side of the sheet, we're going to take some time to acknowledge our personal strengths. What I want to start with is my name, my hobbies, a few of the qualities that I think are unique about myself. Lastly, just a few things that I enjoy. We call feelings that we have about ourselves self-worth or self-esteem. We build our self-esteem when we recognize the special talents we have. Maybe you're a really good basketball player. Perhaps you read a lot. Maybe you're a really good listener. Unfortunately, we often focus on what's wrong with ourselves instead of what our strengths are. So I challenge you to really dive deep and think about what makes you you. While I'm writing out my own journal, you are welcome to start your own or to just watch and use this as a guide. I started by writing my name. I'm also now adding a few of my hobbies. Having just moved here, a big hobby of mine is being outdoors. It's a big part of who I am. So I included a little bit about hiking, as well as cooking and hanging out with friends. Next, we're moving on to the section about personal qualities. Sometimes it can be a little bit hard to figure out our individual characteristics from an objective perspective. So if you're struggling to think of a few personal qualities, I would advise you to go on Google, look up some adjectives, see what relates to you, or think about how your family and friends have described you in the past. And lastly, we're going to move on to things that I enjoy. These aren't necessarily activities or hobbies as we've mentioned before, but just things that brighten your day and make you happy. On here, I added plants, I added tea and coffee because those are a necessary part of my day. Now we're actually going to move over to the fun part. So we're going to take the information that we put on the left page and display it on the right. Now, you don't have to be some incredible drawer in order to do this. You just want to make it personal to you. I started out by writing about me because it gives me a good sense of direction on the page. While you're planning out your journal, you want to think about what on the left side is most important for you to include, and maybe start with those things just so we make sure that they are prominent in your page. You're also not limited to drawing. You can write in this journal. You can really use it in whatever way is best for you. Many people view journaling or processing like this as sometimes a chore. But a lot of times it's just because in our experience with writing and with drawing, we've always been told what to do, whether it be at school, church, all of the things we are involved in. And while writing in school is important, writing what you want to write makes a huge difference. Journaling is writing about what a person thinks and feels, and is another tool that can be used to relieve stress and let out your feelings. If you do enjoy journaling and you feel like it could be a productive part of your routine, we will be leading 12 lessons designed to explore who you are, as well as give you the tools to process some of those heavier emotions and feelings. We chose the About Me page as a start because it's a layout that's all about you in the very moment of time that you create it. This is your place to take a notebook screenshot of your life, what you like, what you're passionate about, and what you want to remember when you come back and look at this journal 5 years in the future. What's beautiful about the About Me page is that it's beyond having a place to document yourself. There's no right or wrong way to complete this page. The About Me page can highlight any topic that's important to you, what can be funny or maybe serious if you prefer that tone. You choose if you want the layout to take 1 page or 2. You can make them into organized lists or have the entries be random, scattered, and drawn out. You are also not limited to the guide that we gave you. What we're doing is a screenshot of your current life, your relationships, activities, hobbies, what you're doing, or even activities you've done recently, or even random facts about yourself, like I was born on Friday the 13th, so maybe I'd like to include that. For my page, I included a combination of a lot of different things. So you'll see I included my name. Right now I'm working on drawing some mountains. What's important is being mindful and focusing solely on our strengths. So moving forward with the drawing, I'm going to speed up the video so you guys are able to see me putting the items in my background. At one point you may see that some words jump in. I accidentally had a cut in video. As you're watching me add things to my own journal, feel free to start prepping and preparing for your page. We've allowed some time at the end for you to work on your page. We are so excited to see what you come up with. Thank you so much for your time and attention today.